Hello, mister.
Hey, how's it going, mister?
Well, and you?
I'm just doing great. It's been a good day. It's been a good day. What about for you? What have you done this day?
Um, I had to work to, no, I had to go to my office.
Oh,
um, a few minutes ago, I arrived to my home. So it was a complicated day because I had to leave from my house. But now that I am here, I think, sorry, is the best part of the day.
oh, okay. So are you doing a home office?
Yes,
Ah,
Tuesday,
mhm.
and Friday.
Oh,
I am in my home working from here, but
uh-huh.
um, the Wednesday and Thursday I go to the office.
Oh, I understand. I understand. All right. All right. But thank you so much for the effort, and I appreciate and I'm happy to have you here. Thank you. Thank you so much, mister.
Yes, teacher.
I see more people. What about you, Miss Betty? How's it going, Miss? Hello, hello, Miss Betty. Check on your device because your microphone is on, but I cannot listen to you. All right. Probably some connection issues. Don't worry. Later on, we will have the chance to participate. What about for you, Douglas? Hey, what can you tell me, Mister? What's new with you?
Good evening, sir. Good
Hey.
evening, everyone.
Hmm?
Well, I guess it's the same that every day, sir.
Mhm,
But something that I did maybe new
mhm,
is I watched video about the last night topic about a
mhm,
few,
mhm,
little and a
mhm.
little,
Yep.
because I needed to understand a little bit more about it. It
Mhm,
was interesting.
mhm,
I guess maybe now I know a little bit more, but that's cool, sir. That's it because and the other part is everything about working, about job, about
mhm,
arriving late at home. Thanks God,
mhm.
didn't get well due to the rain. That's
Uh-huh.
it.
All right. I understand. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. What about the rest of you? How's it going, Miss Vilma?
Good evening, teacher. Hi, how are you today?
Perfect. What
Okay,
about you?
good, thank you. Today I'm happy because I take a rest during the day
Mhm,
because
mhm,
always I work at late and
uh-huh,
sometimes when I stay or during the class,
mhm,
sometimes answer some emails, some requests. This is difficult for me, but I'm glad because today I finish all my activities, my daily activities on my to do, and
mhm.
um, for today I hope stay all the class
Mhm.
pay attention, teacher.
Uh, so in the previous classes, you have been doing
Sometimes,
two activities. Two activities.
yes,
Okay.
sometimes I'm listened and I writing a emails or
Oh,
other activities.
oh, interesting. That's the good quality of many people that some people are multitasking, doing many things at the same time, and that's marvelous. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so
Okay.
much. I see more people connecting. Thank you so much. What about you, Miss Catherine? How are you doing today? What's new today?
Hi, teacher. Good evening.
Mhm,
I'm fine today. I
mhm,
feel a little less tired
mhm.
because I work from home today. So, I'm fine.
Wow. Ah, that's perfect. But regularly, there is no more home office for you.
Yes, I just go to the office on
Mhm.
Monday and Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh,
the rest of the week I am from home.
oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. And if you have the chance to choose, what would you choose, to go to the office or to work from home?
Home office. For sure, I don't like to go to the office.
Okay, now I understand, right? Many benefits from being home. I understand. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's perfect and welcome. I just want to officially welcome more people who are joining to the group. So I will give the chance at this moment to Miss Cruz. It's nice to meet you. People are excited about knowing about you. So let's tell us about yourself, about your name, your favorite, how we can call you, where you're from, where you work, and what you like to do. Tell us all about it. We are all ears for you.
So, hello everybody. My name is Rebecca Cruz.
Mhm,
My second name is Sarai. So
mhm,
you can call me Rebecca or Sarai. I don't have favorite name. And I work in the Maritime and Port Authority. And right now I'm living in La Libertad,
mhm.
but sometimes I live in San Salvador too. So that's it. And what
Yeah.
I like many things, like
Mm.
you, sleep, eat.
I thought like you. I was like, wow, like me, like the teacher, man. I was happy, man. Ah, no, right, okay, like normal people, right? Like all of us, all right. Sorry for the interruption. Continue.
and I play tennis,
Ah, nice. Okay.
and that's it.
Ah, perfect. How long have you been practicing tennis?
Like 7 years,
Oh, all right.
but
Mhm.
I don't. I'm not so good,
All
but
right.
I practice. I like the debut.
All right. And how often do you practice it?
3 times a week.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's really, really nice to know. So it could be either Rebecca or Sarai. No preference on names for you at the moment, right?
Yes.
All right, thank you so much. By the way, I don't know why, but it says over here teacher now that people say that I'm the teacher. I don't know. I'm just kidding. Right. So my name is Gonzalo, right? Gonzalo Chavez, and I'm the one in charge to be attending the video conference, to be helping people. You know, that is the idea over here, right? So we have some content, and later on, probably I will, or over the WhatsApp group, I will share some information about the platform we're working. Have you used Schoology before?
No.
No, all right, perfect, no problem. So I can give you some information later on so you can catch up on how the process is and where the material and everything is as well. So we have you covered, right, on that part. Don't worry. So I will give you some information later on. So as I mentioned, I'm the one in charge, right, to be working with these amazing people. You have really wonderful people working with you. So you will see, right? We will have the chance to participate, to work in groups, you know, and find solutions to different problems that we have based on the topics that we are going to cover. Tell me just one thing, Miss Rebecca. What's your objective to learn English? What do you want? Why do you want to learn English?
Uh, I want to have a better conversation. I think my vocabulary is
Mhm,
so short
mhm,
or small. I don't
mhm,
know
mhm,
what both.
mhm.
And I want to speak as good as possible.
Mhm.
Maybe like a native speaker could be great.
Yeah.
And I want to understand some serious and and the meetings. Because of my work,
Mhm,
I have to listen a lot of meetings. They are in English.
mhm,
Usually,
mhm,
they have a translator
mhm.
in many languages,
Oh,
but but I like to understanding English.
That's perfect. That's perfect. So later on, after some practice, I hope you get the chance to say, hey, not translator for me. I go for that and listen and understand. All right. If
Yes.
that's the case, thank you. So let's work. Welcome to the class, and let's work together to achieve that one. That's the objective. Everybody here has an objective. Some people want to get a better job. Some people want to probably have a promotion at work or something like that. Everybody is here for a purpose. So let's work together and let's put a lot of effort on this because that's working for what we want. That is the objective. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let me see. People, before that, one short introduction on this one. Tell me, what were we talking about yesterday? I need one volunteer. What were we discussing about?
Actually, we were
Go ahead, Lisbeth.
okay. We were talking about what's your stand on business competition, and we were talking about how the competition, if it's good, and explain more details about the companies, the brands, the things like, for example, cell phones, something like that. And we were doing a practice with the brands to know the logo of the brands.
Exactly.
And actually some vocabulary as well. And I think that the countable and uncountable, the thing we were practicing yesterday.
For sure. Thank you, Lisbeth. Thank you so much for your contribution to the class. Ricardo, sorry. Would you like to add something else, Ricardo? Go ahead.
Basically, teacher, I want to say the same thing that our classmate mentioned, but I want only do emphasis the word little and a few. We discussed a lot about that because we was really confused about when you use a little or little and a few and only few.
All right. And Ricardo, did you by any chance check on the information that I shared with you over the WhatsApp group?
I have time to see the picture, but the video I really not teach.
All right, no problem. So I have some feedback on that one. What about for the rest of the people? Angie, did you have the chance to check on the info?
Yes, teacher. I have checked the image also. I was also in my lunch time trying to get something else about that topic because still now I am feeling a little confused how to use perfectly those words. But the videos I didn't check yet.
All right, no problem. So you may have, the resources over there. So you may, when you have time, I know you are busy people, working and doing many stuff. So when you have the chance, I encourage you to check on that one. But today we have some practice, so don't worry. We have practice, so we consolidate our knowledge on that point that we were talking about yesterday. Before we get started, or to get started, let me share with you a video that is going to set the mood, to get some ideas flowing about what we are going to be talking over this week, over this session. Let me see, change on this one, change my view. So let's see in this one at this moment. Can you see my browser at this time?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate the feedback. All right, let's go over this one. I have a video. I will play just a portion, right? Not the complete video because that's too long and we don't want to get bored on this one. So I will share a portion with you. Check on this one, and then I have some questions for you. Thank you so much for your attention.
In the process. Crystal Pepsi. When you hear of the campaign to launch Crystal Pepsi, it's hard to believe things went so badly. PepsiCo was wanting to enter the new age beverages market, so they launched a caffeine-free, colorless Pepsi. It was marketed as a healthier alternative, and they spent $40 million on their advertising campaign, even securing the rights to use Van Halen's hit song Right Now. Market testing was so positive that Coca-Cola launched Tab Clear to compete with the new Pepsi product. Despite the first-year sales going well at $470 million, it dropped significantly after that, with people assuming the sales were more out of curiosity than anything else. Consumers were not convinced of the color and claimed it tasted too much like the original Pepsi. Satisfries. With such a catchy name, how could it have gone wrong? Even Burger King doesn't always get things right, and in 2013 they launched their unique range of French fries. Meant to be a healthier option than original French fries, the potatoes were fried in a less porous batter that meant the fry would absorb less oil than usual. The fries were much costlier, and within a year they were discontinued, and not missed by anybody. Nintendo's Virtual Boy. Considered the biggest hardware flop in Nintendo's history, this new technology was released in 1995. It was meant to introduce people to VR, except it couldn't match up to people's expectations. The graphics were terrible, mainly in black and red, and they had such low resolution, plus the device was costly. In the end, less than 1 million were sold. Amazon Fire Phone. When you hear the name Amazon, you don't place a product failure along with it, do you? Luckily for Amazon, product failure is not the end of the world for them, and they took a $170 million loss for their Amazon Fire Phone, which they barely felt, to be honest. The major problem with this fail was that the product was just so mediocre that people had little interest in buying it. Colgate.
All right. Thank you so much. That was just the first part in that portion that we're going to be talking about. Now, what products could you identify from the short for the short clip?
Pepsi,
Coca-Cola,
Pepsi?
Coca-Cola, Burger King,
Nintendo,
Amazon.
Amazon.
All right, perfect.
las papas, the French fries.
The French fries. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's double check if we were just getting the general idea of this one. Let me see on this, Mr. Josue David. What product do you remember and what details can you share with us? Hello, hello, Josue David. Hi, hi, hi. All right, probably not available at this moment. Let's go over other person to participate. Mr. Reynaldo. I need your help, Mr. Reynaldo. What product do you remember and what details did you get from the clip?
I remember the Pepsi, Crystal Pepsi. They had invested $40 million in the campaign, the marketing campaign. And Coca-Cola made a benchmarking because they have a product similar than Pepsi.
All right. Thank you so much. Go ahead.
I remember the Amazon, the Nintendo, the new Nintendo Virtual Nintendo. And let me see. The principal is the Pepsi. I remember. That is the color is transparent color. Right? It's not the usual color that they use. There is the brown.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Coming back to the same info, what else do you remember about this? Let me see, Mr. Ricardo, I need your help. Talking about the transparent product, Coca-Cola and Pepsi. Did you get some ideas why probably it was not a complete success or why it is not in the market anymore?
Teacher, I understood that customer after the boom of the growing part of the product when this was released, customer start to say that the flavor or the taste was not similar to the regular Pepsi or regular Coke. Then they decreased the quantity that the customer bought because they don't consider this product similar to the regular product.
I agree with you, Mister. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Miss Rebecca, what other product do you remember and what details can you recall from that?
Well, I remember Virtual Nintendo.
Uh-huh.
They mentioned a date in 1995, but the graphics were not so good and the resolution was lower.
All right, thank you. Nice, nice, nice. Perfect, perfect. Let me ask another person to go for this one. Let me see. Mr. Brian Ernesto, were you able to watch the video?
Yeah, teacher. I
All
was
right.
I
All
saw
right,
that video.
thank you. Thank you so much. So what can you tell us? What other product was mentioned and what details do you recall?
Okay, yeah, the last product that the video mentioned was the Amazon cell phone, and it says that it was a disaster. It was a bad product because people didn't get interest or lost interest because it was a mediocre product. So they didn't have the sales that they expect at the time.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Douglas, do you agree with your classmate?
Yes, sir.
All right, on what do you agree?
Well, in the last product about the Amazon cell phone, because people didn't find interested about getting that kind of cell phones. I can maybe for competitors. I don't know. I don't know, but that's why it didn't work. And it was let me see. I had that term here, so that's why they withdraw the product.
All right, thank you. They withdraw the product. All right, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And that's fine. Now, that was just a short introduction, about products that at some point probably were acceptable. Then little by little, right? They were a failure, or sometimes they were heavily affected by the product decline. Now, let's go over the same idea. Let me see on some people. Miss Vilma Veronica, what other product can you recall? Not from the video, right? In your experience, what other product can you recall that that is no longer produced?
Let me see. In this country, did you remember the Maltin? When I was a child or when I was a teenager, something like that. And I remember some markets sold Maltin. Was a beverage like with levadura, but I remember there was very short the time of production because I don't know, maybe the people or the market is not ready for that beverage, but in other countries is very, very common, and now it's still sold the product.
All right, all right. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Let me see on this one. Mr. Medardo Rigoberto, did you try that Maltin that Vilma is talking about? Mr. Medardo, hello, hello. All right, all right. Thank you, Medardo. I checked on the chat, and I know it's not possible for you to participate. Don't worry at this time, right? Let me see. Now, from the people here in the video conference, tell me, who remembers the product that Vilma mentioned? Did you try it? What's your experience on that?
I remember that product, but I tasted. It was like a beer, but I don't like beer, so I think that Martin was for teenager. I don't know, something like that, I think,
All right.
because the marketing was something about healthy beverage, I think. Maybe I'm not so sure about that, but I remember.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing your experience. Misael, what can you tell us, mister?
Yes, maybe it could be another example. It's not exactly Martin, right? But I don't know if you remember crema soda. Um, I remember that Industria La Constancia withdrew this product some years ago, and maybe about 10 years ago, and I don't know if maybe about 3 years ago they started again to produce this product. So I don't know if you taste it.
All right, thank you. Ask your classmates. What do you think about his question? Did you listen to Misael's question in the final part? Can you repeat that question? Go ahead.
I think again me. I think
no problem.
crema soda is available.
Yeah, at this moment it's available.
What is not available is ginger drink.
I
didn't know that.
ginger soda. I don't know if you remember.
I personally don't remember. What about the rest of you? Do you remember that?
No. Oh, maybe the point.
It's the same of jengibre. Ginger.
Ginger, yeah.
It's like crema soda. And made at same time, if I remember well, when I'm a teenager. And tastes different because the crema soda is sweet and the ginger is
like spicy? Spicy?
Yes, it's spicy. But the crema soda came back, and the ginger, I remember that was attempt to come to the market, but didn't have a good
Acceptance?
Acceptance to the people.
All right. Thank you so much. All right. Perfect. And I appreciate everybody's comments and participation at this point. Let's go over the next section. Remember, we continue working on unit number 5, and that goes by the name, as you know, and you see on the screen, the product life cycle. That is what we're working on. For today, we continue working with an objective that we had, I guess, on the previous session as well. And I just to remind on this one, I need Byron's collaboration. Byron, can you read the objective we have on the screen, please?
Of course, the objective says, we will be able to identify reasons for the decline of a product and suggest a strategy for a business to deal with the decline of a product.
All right, thank you. That is pretty much what we will work on. To get started on this one, let's have a short review about some contents from yesterday. Let me see on this one. Let me see, I guess I need to go back if I am not mistaken. Yeah, let's go over the first practice, all right? Let's continue with the same information. I will share with you a link in which we are going to be working on, but give me a second so I can get the link to you. All right, the link is shared. Now, I will share this one this moment over the video conference chat, and I am just trying to open the WhatsApp so I can also share this to you. When you have the link, I need your help. To access the link, type in your name and wait in the lobby, right? Because I will give you some instructions and wait for people to log in so we can get started at this moment. Task number 1, open the link, type in your name. I'm working on the WhatsApp so I can send that to you if that's any easier for you. All right. There we are. Done. So the link is already on the WhatsApp group. I guess it's going to get to you in some seconds. So when you have it, please access to it and log into this activity. I see some people already that are part of this activity, so I appreciate that a lot. Thank you. Perfect. 15 people at this moment. Thank you. 16, I appreciate that. We're missing on 4 people to log in. $17, thank you so much. We're missing only 3 people to be part of this practice. I will give you just 30 more seconds to log in. In the meantime, I will give you the instructions. On your devices, you are going to see some sentences that are not complete. Some information is missing, and you are going to have, for every sentence, you will have 4 alternatives. You read the sentence, you read the 4 alternatives, and then you make your selection on your device. Either if you're on your computer or on your cell phone, you can work on this activity perfectly. So select the best option to answer. This is different from yesterday's activity, in which the first person had all correct and the activity finished. In this case, no, everybody will have the chance to finish and to work on this activity. So there is not much pressure, but if you want to be the first one, because there is a top 3 and top 5, if you want to get into the top 3, work hard, right? Try to answer correctly, try to answer fast, and you will obtain all the points. This is going to be a quick practice over yesterday's content. Let's see on this one. Let's get started. I see 18 people. That's a good number. Thank you so much for the people who joined at this moment. Let's get started. And thank you so much. All right, all right. Thank you so much, people, for working on this activity. Let me congratulate on the top three that I have, or let's see. Yeah, I have a top three at this moment, so that's pretty nice. On the third place, I have Miss Betty, right? Congratulations and well done on that one. On the second place, I have Misael. That's excellent, Mr. And for an amazing and outstanding result, we have Ricardo Bonilla. Thank you so much and congratulations to you three and to all of you. Now, people, after checking on the responses, I can see the results at this point. Tell me, how did it go in the practice? I want to listen your opinions.
Teacher,
Tell me, go ahead.
for me, it was not not good. I feel I am not, I still didn't get the topic, and I don't know about the correct answers because even for some of them, the quiz give me second time, I was wrong.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you for your comment. Go ahead. The next person, I guess, well, I don't know if it was Misael who had the hand up.
Was me, teacher.
Ricardo, sorry. Ricardo, and then I go with Byron. Go ahead, Ricardo. What's your opinion, mister?
Teacher, was hard because the sentence was really long. I think that the comprehension for the sentence was really the main point for the answer, but the pressure about the time that is running and the long sentence, I think was really hard. But I don't know. I think I had a little look in in some questions.
All right. I appreciate your feedback, Ricardo. Thank you so much. Byron, what's your point of view? And after Byron, I go with Sophia. Tell me, Byron.
All right. Well, actually, it was a good chance to practice that we learned yesterday about how to decide what will be the best option with contables and contables now. Well, actually, I just have a few mistakes, but well, it was a really a good time to know what is my level about this topic, right? And yeah, it was a good chance to practice and also a really interesting quiz because because of the time, right? We had a timer and we will have just few seconds to decide what will be the best option. But now I think I'm able to apply this knowledge and also based on the questions. Well, it was kind of hard, but it was the chance, the opportunity that we need to uh, analyze our knowledge and know how to apply that one. So thanks for that opportunity.
All right. Thank you, Byron, for the feedback. Miss Sophia, we listen to you.
I'm really waste my time thinking that word is countable and uncountable. And I feel that I understand the grammar, but my time was gone.
All right.
I'm thinking about the countable. Let me tell you, uncountable. All the time, I was going to use a few, right?
For uncountable, you can have little or a little, right? Because that's the one we use for
I
uncountable.
changed the idea. You know. So,
all right.
Was confused.
All right, no problem, no problem. And probably I give you all of you the point. Probably the time was like the challenge in that part, right? So I agree with you, but don't worry, we will have some feedback. Ricardo, tell me, any comment?
Yes, teacher. I think that Sophia's comment was really accurate because I think that the key for the answer was two questions. First of all, is was the I don't know, the object is countable or uncountable, and the second it is enough or not, and only that.
Exactly. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's like doing a lot of process, right? Identifying some info and then going for the next. Misael, tell me.
Yes, personally, I like the quiz, and I think it's important to understand the sentence in a short time because if you are going to take the TOEFL test, you need to answer the questions in a short time. Because this is because you have maybe about 2 hours in one type of TOEFL, and if you want to do this kind of test, it's important to start. I don't know, developing the abilities to answer quickly. But as my partners said, maybe we need to practice with more sentence to get the abilities to answer more quick.
All right, thank you. I agree with you, right? I agree with you. That's a fair point, right? Time could be a challenge, right? Difficult to get some info at once, but at the same time, it's like we're raising the level, right? The challenge is a little bit more, so we are tested on checking how well or how fast we can read and understand correct answers. Don't worry on that one. But surprise or no surprise, right? We have some feedback, so don't worry. So if you didn't have the chance to read the sentences appropriately, don't worry. We have some practice at this moment. Let me just see on this one so I can show this to you. Just give me a second in the meantime. All right, perfect. Let's go over this one. Just, no pressure for time, so don't worry. I need at this moment, remember, no correct answer at this moment. When I mention your name, I need your help to read the sentence, right? The sentence, not correct answer, right? Just for reading practices. Miss Gloria Lillian, can you read sentence number 1 that we have on the screen, please?
Sorry, teacher.
Yeah, I need your help to read the sentence number 1. Don't tell me the correct alternative. Just read the information we have.
We have product in stock, but we can dispatch your order.
All right. Thank you so much. Tell me, people, when we talk about products, countable or uncountable?
Countables.
Countable.
All right, thank you. Can we use little or a little with countable nouns?
No.
No. All right, so we eliminate, right? A little and little, bye-bye, gone at this moment. Check on this one. Remember, the objective of using a few or few depends on the context. If there is something, like if something is enough, in this case, the quantity is small. That is, in the two cases, the quantity is small. But we can say that something is enough, even being a reduced quantity is enough, right? Or has a positive context. And the other has like a negative context because it could represent a problem, right? It could represent a problem because of that small quantity that we have. Now, let's go over this one. Check on the information in the second part. Probably can help you on that one. We have products in stock, but we can dispatch your order, right? Because of my small quantity, I can dispatch, right? I am ready with your order. Can we use a few or few? What's your idea, people?
Few.
You.
Exactly.
Few.
Tell me.
No, it's a few.
Aha, somebody was talking. I'm sorry, I couldn't catch the name. I guess it was a man talking.
No, it's a few, yes. No, I said that it was not enough, but in this case, yes, I only confused the question.
All right, thank you so much. For the second part, right, for the second part that we have in this one, but we can dispatch your order. That is giving you a sense like an affirmative context, right? Like a positive context. So despite having a small quantity, still that small quantity is enough for the purpose. For that reason, we go and we say a few. Remember, a few is similar to say some, right? Enough quantity of something. If we only say few, we'd say not that necessary. That's the idea that we are projecting or we are expressing on this one. Let's go over the next one. Number 2, I need somebody's help to read the sentence. And I will go for, let me see, one person. I need your help. Lisbeth, can you help me with reading this sentence, please?
Yes, the company announced that they will stop their production as they have raw materials left.
All right, thank you so much. Let's analyze the context. Is this a positive context for the company or a negative context?
It's a negative one.
Negative.
Exactly, right? They stop because of the small quantity. Check on this one. Raw materials. Countable or uncountable?
Uncountable.
Uncountable.
Countable. Thank you so much, Rebecca. And you are correct. It is a countable noun because we have materials. Every time you see a noun that is in plural, all plural nouns mean that they have a singular and a plural. So you can count them. So that is a tip, right? When you see a noun in plural, hey, this is in plural, it's countable, right? Because uncountable noun these nouns don't have plural. We cannot say sugars, we cannot say monies, we cannot say waters, right? Talking about the concept, we don't go like that. So for that reason, we say this is a countable noun. So can we use a little and little with raw materials?
No.
Right. So bye-bye, right? We eliminate bye-bye to this one. Tell me, considering the negative context of the sentence, because they are going to stop, do we say a few or few?
Few.
Right. Thank you so much. And that's the correct answer. Because of the negative context, the small quantity is not enough for the purpose. So they stop. That's the explanation for this one. Let's go over the next one. And I need Bidens. I guess you wanted to participate on the previous, so you go for the chance for reading on this one. Thank you, mister.
All right, thanks. All right, so the sentence says, the product developers showed patience as they stormed off when they got the news.
All right, thank you so much. Tell me, people, not translation, but who can explain the activity storm off?
Get relax or calm.
All right, thank you, Douglas. Thank you. More opinions? What's the meaning of storm off? Let's give it a try, Betty. What comes to your mind?
Teacher, I think that is some difficult process or something like that, but I don't know exactly what that means.
All right, thank you. But that's the idea, right? We give it a try. That's the important part. Misael, tell me.
Yes, maybe it's a synonym of disappointed, or I don't know.
Getting closer. Thank you so much. Let me help you on this one. Storm off is, imagine in any situation, the person leaves the place angrily, right? Probably the person was not happy, the person was probably was disappointed, and the person leaves the place angrily, right? Imagine you are in the meeting, you don't agree with that. Come on, that is a bad idea, and then you go, right? You go angry. That's the idea, to storm off, right? To leave the place in an angry mood. That's the part of a storm off. So tell me on this one, after what we have explained, We have patience. Countable or uncountable?
Uncountable.
Uncountable.
Uncountable. Thank you so much. So tell me in this one, what should be the correct answer for this one?
Little
A
patience.
little.
Little.
A little. Little.
Thank you. Let's see on this
The
one.
little,
Little.
because it's
Little.
not enough.
Exactly, right? It's not
He left
enough.
or she left.
Because it's negative.
It's negative context, right? It's negative contents. The patient was, the person was not patient enough, right? To listen or to probably discuss. The person just left in an angry mood. You know, that's why we go for a little patience. That's the idea for this one. Next one, let's see in this one. Let me ask on a person to read on the sentence, and I will require Miss Sophia, if you can help me, please, to read the sentence. Thank you so much.
Okay. The product alternatives were the worst I have ever heard, but I showed the patience and let them finish talking.
All right, right. We encounter the same word, patience, but the context in this one could be different. So tell me, what could be the correct option to complete?
A little.
A little.
A little.
A little.
There you are, right? There you go. Exactly. We can say a little in this one because of the context, right? The person doesn't agree with the ideas the person heard, but at the end, it's like, okay, right? I let them finish talking. So the person, different to the other context, the person didn't leave in an angry form. The person let the
Positive.
people talk. It's like a positive context, right? Probably a little impatient, but enough to listen to the people. So for the positive context, we say a little in this case. Two more to go, and then we are done on this one. Tell me, I need somebody's help. Any volunteer to read on this one?
I can read it.
All right, I go for Lisbeth, and for the last one, I need Ronald Edgardo for the number 6, right? Go for this one, Miss, number 5.
The product's failure was due to research from the company.
From the company, right? Let's go in this idea. Research is countable or uncountable?
Uncountable.
Uncountable.
Let's go for the uncountable form. In some contexts, this could have the two forms, let's say, right? But tell me on this one, right? If we consider it is uncountable, we already know the two possible alternatives. What are the two possible alternatives for uncountable?
Little.
Little and
A
a
little
little.
and
Little,
little.
a little.
Exactly. Thank you so much. And based on the context, which is the correct alternative?
Little because it wasn't enough. It wasn't.
Thank you, Ricardo. Thank you for your point of view. What about the rest? What do you say?
Little.
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 All right, let's see.
Little.
Thank you. There we are, right? Because of the negative context, right? The product was a failure, right? Something was not enough to be successful in this context. For that reason, we go for little. That should be the one. There you are. Thank you. And for the last one, I need a volunteer, Mr. Edgardo, I guess.
Okay, we have received results, but we can still make a sales projection.
All right, thank you so much. We have the information about results. People, countable or uncountable?
Countable.
Countable.
All right, thank you so much. It's a countable noun. Tell me, and based on the context, what could be the best option?
A few.
A few.
A few.
All right, let's see. There you are. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We have received a few results, but because of the context, right, the person can still make a sales projection. The quantity is small, but useful for the purpose they wanted. For that reason, we can say a few. That should be the best alternative to select. Let me go over this one. Miss Angie, after this practice, how are you getting the content so far? A little better?
I have understood the part where we have firstly to analysis if the context about we are talking is countable or uncountable, which is the word we should assign to the sentence, but still now I'm not sure about if we are going to use with a or not.
If we are going, sorry, can you repeat the last part?
Okay, I understood which word I have to assign it to the sentence if this is countable or uncountable, but still I don't get understand if I am going to use with the precision a or not. For example, in this sentence we are checking now. Truthfully, teacher, I don't know. I am not sure.
All right, no problem, no problem. We will provide more examples to have a clearer idea, but I appreciate on your feedback because I am interested that right now, in everybody understanding the content. Misael, what's your comment?
Yes, teacher. It's a question. I don't know if you can return, please, to the number 5, no, number 4.
Number 4, yeah.
Yeah.
This
no,
this
let
one?
me see. No. The number. Yes, this one. I don't know, but I understood that was a little, but I don't know if you can explain in other words why the answer is little, please.
All right, no problem, right? In this one, the start is that research, we consider it like something uncountable for this context. For that reason, we have two alternatives, little or a little. That's the one. But in this case, remember that when we say a little, right, or when we incorporate the article a to these words, to these quantifiers, we are probably explaining that the context is kind of positive, kind of affirmative, right? It represents that something is enough or that something is just as necessary because of the context, probably to do something, to buy something, in either case, but something is enough. Similar to say some. Some is an acceptable quantity, right? It's not a lot, but it is not a small quantity. Right? So it's in the middle, let's say. In this case, a little has a little bit of resemblance to that. When we say only little, right, without the article, we are also making reference to a small quantity, but the context is like a negative context because the quantity is not enough and it represents a problem for the general idea that you are expressing. If we get the general idea of the sentence, the product was not successful. It was a failure, right? It was not a success. What is the reason for that? For the research. But how much research did the people do, right? Little, right? A small quantity. But the quantity was not enough to make this product a nice one, a success. For that reason, the best option in this context is to say little research because it was not enough, right? People didn't investigate enough to probably make the necessary changes or to probably promote the product in a good way. That's the reason why we say a little. On the opposite, if we have, for example, the product was a success, even though we did a little research. In that case, the research or the idea of the quantity of this is small, but still it provides a positive context to the general idea. For that reason, we could say, in other case, a little. But for this one, negative context, we only say little. And that applies to few and a few as well. I don't know, Misael, if that is a little bit clearer for you.
Yes, teacher. Thank you.
All right, perfect. Let's go over this one. Let me switch on this one because I consider this might be useful for all of us. This is the image that I share with you, right? That is like having a review on this one. One is for countable, the other is for uncountable. That is what we know. And remember, all of these four expressions make reference to a small quantity. The only difference, one small quantity can provide a positive meaning to the sentence, right? That is just enough. Or the other represents a problem, right? A problematic situation. That is the only thing that we are expressing. And this goes to the examples that we have on the screen, right? I need your help. Okay, everybody's help. Can you read the question in blue that is on the right at this moment?
Of course.
Thank you.
Can you lend me video
Games.
Exactly, right? Can you lend me video games? In this case, we can have an expression for a positive context. And we can have, in this case, when we have like a happy face, that is what I was trying to represent with the happy face. We have a short description here. What does it say, Alejandra? Can you read the short description in the left corner?
Okay, Mr. This, I don't know this.
Despite
being reduced, quantify.
Quantity?
Teacher, I can see because.
No problem.
Can you please move?
What could I move? Let's
thank
see.
you, thank
Like
you.
this one?
Yeah, no, I see. Now,
all right, perfect,
thank you.
perfect.
Despite being a reduced quantify, there is a positive context.
Exactly, right? Remember, the quantity is reduced, a small quantity, but there is a positive context. Check on the answer that we can provide to this one. And I need, and also we have, sorry. We can have a negative context on this. Let me ask on other person, Mr. Douglas Velasquez. Can you read the information next to the south face in the bottom of the presentation?
Yes, sir. The reduced quantity represent. Sorry, the reduced quantity represents a negative context.
All right, thank you so much. So we are like opposite in this one. Representation of a positive context, and the other represents a negative context. Check on the answers, and I need everybody's help. Let's go for the affirmative context. Can you read the answer for this one, people? Everybody, thank you. Sure.
I have
a few
video games.
All right, so the person doesn't have a problem. A small quantity of video games, but that's okay, right? I can give you some, no problem. Let's go for the other. I need everybody's help. What is the context for the other answer, please?
Sorry.
I have video games. I won't have anything
to play with.
A negative context. What?
There you are. It represents a negative context, right? On the happy face, the quantity is small, but no problem. There is no problem for me. I have 3 games. I can give you 1, right? But for the other, the person probably has 3 games, but it's for me it's a problem, right? It represents a problem. So I'm sorry. I have few video games. I won't have anything to play with. Probably the person is playing the 3 games. So that's the reason why he or she doesn't want to lend on the games. Affirmative context or positive and negative context based on reduced quantities, right? That is what we have to keep in mind. Let's go over the other one. Question, everybody. Yeah, go ahead.
Excuse me, but in these questions, for both situation, you use few.
Check on the happy happy face.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect. Thank you. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Teacher.
Tell me.
In the example B, it's correct video game, or it must be in plural, like a video games.
I have few. It should be in plural. Sorry, it was a typo. Sorry. Let me fix it.
You said if something is not in plural, that is because that noun is uncountable.
Yes.
But I was wondering about it. in fact, I did really bad my quiz, but because I didn't get about how to express the context about a positive feeling or the other way around, a negative feeling. But now I'm getting better the comprehension about this.
All right. Yeah. And thank you so much. That's something important that you highlighted. It was a typo, right? A mistake from me when I was typing on this one. To continue with the same idea, we go for video games. In this context, don't get confused. The article a doesn't mean that something is singular. For example, when we say a teacher, teachers, a car, cars, it doesn't go for that rule. So don't get confused to say, this article represents singular or plural quantity. That is the expression, right? Remember, affirmative or negative context, that's pretty much what we express. Now, let's go over the next one. Can you read the question, everybody, please? Thank you.
How
interesting was the
was the
customer
customer
the
in the
product?
product?
All right, thank you so much. Check on this one. Remember, as always, we have an affirmative or a positive context and a negative context on this. Now, let's go for the affirmative context as an answer in this one. Can you read the answer, please?
He
He
showed a
showed
little
a
interest.
little
I think
interest.
he will buy it.
I think he
But
will.
I think he will buy it.
All right, thank you so much. You see, reduce quantity, a little interest, but there is like a happy context, but I think he will buy it, right? Something affirmative. The small quantity represents like a positive idea. Let's go for the negative answer. Can you help me read, please?
He
He
showed
showed a
He
little
showed a little
he
interest.
will go bankrupt.
He will go
Go
bankrupt.
Think bankrupt, right? In that case, there is a negative consequence for this one, for the interest the person showed. Just little interest, right? In this case, the reduced quantity represents a problem for the general idea. And you can find that one in the second sentence. We will go bankrupt, right? They will not sell anything. In that case, that is a little bit more of the difference between using these quantifiers with an article or without an article. And on the squares on the left, you have some explanation about what they probably mean, right? Now I go back to Angie because I remember that you were expressing on this one. How are we doing at this moment, Angie? A little bit more prepared, the same?
No, now teacher, I feel, and I think now it is clarified for me because maybe I was also linking a few with the singular or with the plural, and that was making me confused. But now after you explain to us this image, I feel I am clear. I hope.
There you are. Thank you. Positive attitude. That's
Thank you,
fine. Thank you
teacher.
so much. And I appreciate your honesty when you were saying, hey, I don't feel so sure about this one. No problem. I can explain to you. That's my purpose here, right? So we can learn and we can continue improving as we go by in the sessions. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. Now, let's go over this one. There are other quantifiers that we can incorporate. To represent on this one, check on not like a timeline, but it represents from going from zero quantity to having a lot. That is the idea of the arrow and the different divisions that we have on the screen. What, in this case, check on the illustration we have on top. What can you see in the illustration on top?
How to use quantifiers.
All right. Thank you. Check on the
We have
illustration. All right, we have like an upper version and a lower version. What about these images? What do you think they represent?
Something that you can count and
quantifiers
that
and
you cannot.
non-quantifiers.
Exactly, thank you. Something that you can count and something that you cannot count. That's correct. I appreciate that. Over this one, we are going to locate these different quantifiers. The first one is a lot of. Can you continue? What's the next one?
A few.
A few.
some,
Then
some,
Some,
a
some,
little,
a little,
much,
much,
no,
many,
Many.
plenty of.
plenty of.
Plenty of.
plenty of.
exactly. Thank you so much. Perfect, perfect. At this moment, let's have some illustrations. If we start for a quantifier that represent the lowest or zero quantity, what could be the first one on the left? What quantifier can we have in the first position that represents zero or no quantity?
No.
No.
No. All
No
right.
one.
Exactly. No, right? No, we can use this one as a quantifier to express zero. That is for countables. And for uncountables, which one can we use?
The same.
Yeah, good answer. The same, no problem, no complications. For the upper part that is countable, we say no. For the
Zero, the same.
uncountable, no. All right, thank you. The next one, for countable, what is the next one that we can locate in a scale, let's say?
Plenty of. No.
Plenty of? Alternatives? Some? Remember, we go from the lowest
Okay.
to the highest. Exactly. That is the
Some.
representation. Some?
Some.
I think that many.
Many. All right. Thank you so much. Let's go on the next one. If we consider the countable, the next one after no, that represents a little bit more.
A few.
We can say a few, right? From no, that is a zero, we can have a few that represent a small quantity. That is for countable nouns. What is the expression that has the same, that expresses the same quantity, but for uncountable?
A little.
A little.
A little. Thank you. There we go. Thank you. And if we want to increment a little bit more the quantity, what should be next after a few?
Much.
Some.
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 Some. Hey.
Some. All right.
Perfect, perfect. We can say some for countable nouns. What about for uncountable nouns? Which is the one that represents the same quantity?
Many.
Many.
Plenty of.
Plenty of.
All right. Let's see on this one. Surprise. To represent the same quantity, it is possible to say some. Some can be used with countable and with uncountable nouns. There is no problem. They represent the same quantity. Remember, in this one, we are not giving a specific quantity, but they are like undefined, let's say, right? Small quantities, some, and some can be used with both countable and uncountable nouns. What about if we want to increment a little bit more the quantity? What should be next for countable nouns?
Many.
Many.
Many?
Many, much.
A lot of.
A lot of? Let's see on this one. The next one should be
Many.
many, right? Check on the sequence, right? We have no, a few, some, many. Right? We are expressing some more quantity. What about for the uncountable? Checking on the same approximate. You say?
Much.
Much.
There you are. You say much in that case. Thank you, thank you. And on the top, right? Oh, sorry, Byron, what's your question?
Yeah, I just have a little question because it was many was kind of a word that I learned in the two past level, and I consider that we can use. I learned that we can use many, but just in a negative situation. So,
In the negative, probably it could be any. For questions? Do you have any friends?
Well, actually, no. It was I just have the context. Let me think in the context. Well, because it was just kind of little memory about many, but I thought that it was just in a negative situation.
Check on my sentence. Check on my sentence. I have many friends. Is that affirmative or negative context?
Affirmative.
Yeah. Hey,
Affirmative.
I have many students in my class. That's positive for me, right? I have many. Talking about the quantity. In that case, it is used, right? To be sure about that one. For the negative context, probably it depends on what the complement could be, right? If you say I have many problems, the quantity is a lot, but the problems, represent something negative.
Yeah.
But in that case, many represents a considerable quantity of something.
Okay, got it. No, thanks. No problem.
All right. There you are. There you are. And check on the top, right? We have 4 expressions. What expressions do you think go on the top of the quantities?
A lot of.
A lot of.
A lot of.
All right. We can say, in this case, a lot of and plenty of. In this case, they could be like synonyms, right? They could represent almost the same quantity, right? A big quantity of something. That is what we can represent. And what about the uncountable nouns? What expressions can we use?
A lot of.
Can be the same.
Oh, let's give it a try. Why not? Let's see on this one. Oh, plenty of. And on the other, a lot of. So to answer or to back up your alternative, yes, we can have the same expressions either with countable or with uncountable nouns. There is no problem in this context, all right? I will, if you want, I can share this screenshot with you over the WhatsApp group so you can have a reference on this one. The intention was to have a representation about the quantities. No is 0. The next one, a little bit more, then you go like that one, right? We increment the quantity in this case, right? Let's see, on this one. Everybody, I need your help to think about an example using any of the quantifiers, right? Everybody will participate with providing a sentence, including a quantifier. I will give you some example at this moment, right? For example, for me, let's see. I don't have much free time over the day, right? I am including a quantifier. I don't have much free time over the day. I have some tasks that I need to complete after the class. Oh, I have a lot of friends on my, well, not friends. I have a lot of contacts on my social networks. And then I can provide more examples. Let me go over this one. Josue David, can you share an example, including any quantifier in any context, please?
Yes, I have a lot of problems in my work.
Oh my goodness, so sorry for you, so sorry. Good use of the quantifier, the context, I'm so sorry for you, all right? What about the rest of you? Do you have a lot of problems?
A few minutes to finish the exam.
Can you give me a few minutes? Thank you so much, Reynaldo. Good. Other person to participate? Thank you so much, Gloria Lilian. I can see like, teacher, me, please go ahead, Gloria Lilian. Perfect.
I have a lot of vocabulary for learn.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your example. Let me see, Luis Napoleon, what can you tell us, mister? Mr. Luis. If not, I go with Christopher. What can you tell us, mister?
Me, mister.
Go ahead, Alejandra. Thank you.
I have a few minutes for my presentation.
Oh, all right. Thank you. I have a few minutes. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Next person to participate. Don't be shy. Go ahead.
I have some candies in my pocket.
Can I have some candies, please?
Okay.
Can you send me some? Please, please, please. All right. Digital, right? Digital, like stickers. No problem. All right. Thank you. Byron. I go with Byron, then with Misael. Thank you.
All right. There are plenty of lot of bread in the kitchen.
All right, thank you. I thought you were going to say there are plenty of fish, right? Making reference to love opportunities. All right, thank you. Misael, go ahead. You're next.
Yes, I didn't drink much water today.
I didn't drink much water. Thank you so much. The example is nice, but hey, drink water. Don't forget about
Take
it.
care, bro.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. Carlos Douglas, you go next. Thank you.
I didn't have much time to answer the previous quiz.
Oh, I didn't have. Oh, that's a good example, and that's a nice context as well. Thank you so much. Any other person? Let me see. Miss Vilma, did you participate on the practice? Still thinking?
Okay, let me see.
Thank you.
There is plenty of money.
There's plenty of money. Where? In your pocket?
In my wallet.
Oh my goodness, right? Nice
Oh
one.
my lord. So she's working in Avianca. So
Yeah, for sure. In Avianca, people.
It's rich.
Lot of
Has
money.
her own airplane.
Payment.
She has
Hey.
her own airplane. So
My
No,
private
come
one. I'm thinking about traveling, Vilma, so
in
I
my
can talk.
jeep.
I can talk to you. So probably you can give me access to your private airplane.
exactly, their private airplane.
No, teacher.
All right.
No,
You could say I have plenty of tickets for planes to travel around the world.
That's a good option. Yeah.
Do you
can
have plenty?
offer alternatives.
Interesting. Is it true, Vilma? Do you have plenty of tickets to travel?
Yes. For me and for my family, my close family. But it's not free. We pay, but we pay. It's
like a discount.
Cheaper price, maybe.
But it's a cheaper.
Interesting.
90% off.
Thank you. Some people have requests. Go ahead.
No.
Vero, I have
to be my best friend.
Vero,
Yes.
Vero, I have many cousins that I don't know. I guess you are one of them.
No, it's only for my mother, my father, my brother. If I want to, if I have a husband, my husband, my kids, only that. And my grandmother. Only.
Pero I'm feeling much love for you.
Okay, you are very interesting.
No, the first question is, are you married?
Not yet.
Okay.
You are very interesting. The class is very interesting.
My goodness. I don't know. Yes.
Don't ask me, teacher. Don't ask me.
Yes. I don't know at what point it turned from quantifiers to dating.
No.
I don't know, right? I lost
No,
track.
but I don't know what is the reason, because in this moment the tickets are very cheaper. Cheaper. Yes.
cheaper.
Avianca is the most cost ticket, the most company, the company that most expensive. Yes. Yes, you can have another option.
Alternative.
Yes. But borra eso, teacher.
No problem. I will edit, right? I will erase that one from the video. Don't worry.
You fired tomorrow.
Oh my goodness. No.
I'm glad for that. I'm glad I give my
Nah.
money.
Don't
Invite
worry.
us to the wedding party, please.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. You see? All right. So, what nice dating, adopting people, having or lost friends,
We're
lost
just making
cousins.
fun.
Yeah, exactly. There you are. Thank you so much. Is somebody else missing to provide an example using quantifiers?
I have a few books to read and learn English.
All right. Thank you so much. A few books. Do you usually read books, Miss Lisbeth?
Sometimes. Actually, in my job, when we have ready is like you have actually time between calls. When you are taking calls, there are some websites that the company provides, so you can read some books there. So I actually reading Harry Potter.
Oh, perfect. Which one are you reading?
Actually, the first one because I don't like that much Harry Potter, but I interested in the book.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Perfect. Now, what about the rest? Did everybody participate? Rebecca, did you participate with an example?
Not yet.
Thank you.
I have some apples in the refrigerator.
Mm-hmm. All right. Thank you so much. Would you mind sharing some with us?
I share with you
All right.
a virtual apple.
Man. All right. Thank you so much. Now with virtual, the teachers we don't get apples, we don't get candies. Man, that's too bad. But that's fine. That's fine. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. Perfect. Just as a reminder, for tomorrow, remember we have a class as normal. But guess what? Are we having class on Friday?
No, because it's Father's Day.
Holiday.
Is it a holiday?
Yes, it's a holiday.
It is
Only
one
for
of
the
the most
fathers.
important.
Only for fathers. So ladies and single people, you're come now.
No.
Yeah, better get connected.
All right, no. Just to give you the announcement in this one. Tomorrow we have normal class, right? Don't worry, normal class. But on Friday, because of Father's Day, we are not having a live session, right? So we finish the week tomorrow, right? Tomorrow, normal class, and then we have a day off. And what do you think about June the 22nd? Are we having class?
No, because it's Teacher's Day.
Oh yeah. It's your day,
It,
mister.
it should
Yes.
be.
Yeah.
We will buy you a virtual cake.
All right, no problem. I accept gift cards. No problem, right? In some minutes, you're going to see my
Bianca tickets,
PayPal, Bianca tickets. You will see my PayPal over there.
Cell
So
phones. Cell phones from Tigo.
yeah,
We
cell
will
phone from
transfer.
Tigo. Yeah,
special
transfer.
discounts or promotion from Tigo.
Yeah,
You have some students from Tigo, so
exactly. So Tigo Money, you can make an arrangement to transfer
Amazon
funds.
gift.
Amazon gift.
card.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much.
Your internet is Tigo. Is Tigo.
Yeah, you can give me an upgrade, no problem. So I talk to you, no problem, right? Premium channels on cable TV, nobody's going to know. So yeah, we'll talk about that, no problem. Just kidding on that one. So yeah, that was just the announcement for probably good news, for everybody. So you have some chilling time. Friday no class, and June 22nd there is no class either. But tomorrow I expect all of you in the classes. We will have some content. Remember, we are missing to give suggestions about how to deal with the decline stage, right? We were working on quantifiers, and that's pretty nice. And I'm happy that you are getting the content. But also, we talk about tomorrow. We will emphasize on the decline of products and how to give suggestion, which econ strategies, and then we will figure out which the best option is. But that's all for tomorrow, coming soon. I appreciate people, all of your presence in the video conference. I'm really happy to be working with you one more day. I hope you have a perfect night, a good rest over the night, an excellent day
Mister,
tomorrow. Tell me, go ahead.
excuse me, can you please share the ice cream before this one?
Yep, no problem,
Please.
no problem. All right, no problem.
Thank you.
I will send it to you. I will send it to you over the chat. No problem, right? I can share that
Thank
with
you.
you. There is no problem. All right. Thank you, thank you. So people, have a good night, a perfect day tomorrow, and see you next time for the class. All right.
Thank you so
Good
much.
night.
See you. Take care. See you. Thank
Bye
you.
tomorrow.
And text Vilma for the tickets. Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, for the
Bye.
promotions.
Good night.
Veronica, my
Bye.
friend.
See you.
You.
Yes, Angie,
My
you are
friend.
my
Yeah.
friend. Only Angie.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Oh my god. All right. All
Thank you.
right.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Veronica. I love you.
Don't worry for the other ladies. We are
Yeah.
going to give to you a cell phone.
Yay! Yay! Thank you so much. All right. Perfect. Perfect. Have a good night and see
See
you.
you.
People,
See
perfect.
you.
See you. See you. Take care.